before this is over. My name is Trudy Smith. I live at 7142 Pontiac Street. Would others present who are in favor of curbside recycling please stand? Representatives from Citizens for Recycling met recently with Greg Clemens and Sam Hoover in reference to the options to be offered for bid for the trash haulers contract coming up in 2009. Our group's position is free trash and free recycling for all Commere City households. Another option was mentioned at the meeting, however, called pay as you throw. And we'd like to see this on the RFT. Since 59 communities in Colorado in 2006 and 7,000 communities in the nation have chosen pay as you throw as their way of dealing with trash and recycling, we figured it's got to have merit. So, problem is we didn't get the impression from Greg and from Sam that there was an even slight chance that it might appear on the RFT. Now, we've all heard grumblings about what Commere City Council would really like to do is to eliminate free trash service and to get rid of that big bill that shows up every year at budget time. Pay as you throw actually has many variables, but the program itself is actually operated by the hauler and is set up by guidelines from the city. Every household is allowed unlimited recycling at curbside. A certain amount of trash, be that in barrels or pounds or bags. And the additional bags, which would be picked up if they were in certain color bags, would be available for purchase either at city offices or trash company offices. If barrels or bags were needed to be purchased, they could be purchased by the hauler or they could be purchased by the city. So as an example of what this might look like for Commere City, each household would receive unlimited recycling. As an example, up to 4 80-gallon bags or barrels of trash, plus up to 2 bright yellow bags weekly. It certainly seems feasible to us that trash haulers can bid lower with information like this in their hand than they could with the unknown. After the first year of the contract, the program could be reevaluated and could be changed accordingly. And that is good because the trash contract has a program built into it where there's a 1-year change option written in. And that's good for every year for 5 years. So as residents...
Okay. I know what you're saying, and I don't think that if somebody is either standing or not standing, that they are either with you or not with you at all. What you need to know is this is on a contract coming up. That I can't speak for the whole council, but I think I know their heart is that no place has this council said we do not want to do this any longer. We have informed staff that they will include recycle in the contract bids when they come up. And that this is not a program that's going to go down without a fight. It is a benefit to our citizens, and I would ask you that when you hear people say that the council is either for or against something, that you bring that person to this council and let us answer that in a public place rather than through the rumor control that we've been using. At no time, and I see a lot of faces here, I was one of the first to sign your petition as it was coming around through the north end. So the fact that I'm sitting doesn't mean that I'm not with you. And it has been brought to staff, and I would ask anybody here on council to tell me that I'm wrong, that recycle is to be part of that contract. We need to see what that price is. Now, will it be included in it? Will have to depend on where the money comes from. And we've talked, Brad and I have talked about this particular item already, but I don't see this council taking away that particular benefit from this city. So if you're getting the impression that we're not with you, probably just change it a little bit for now, because we're not there. So I have a few other people that want to talk to you too. Mr. Benson.
Could I just make one statement?
Sure.
I'm here tonight to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to look at the pay-as-you-throw option and put it into the RFP and have a handout when you're.
Okay, that would be great. And if you would give that to Mr. Gaylor, because being it's a contract item, it needs to be in the legal hands rather than on ours.
Okay, fine, and a copy of what I just said or was going to say.
That would be
is
great.
along with it.
Thank you. Mr. Benson.
Yes, Ms. Smith, what's the status of your request to use the city logo on the logo of the recycling compensation?
Okay.
Do you want me to answer
And
that?
Mr. Benson, that's on a different topic entirely. And I have 13 people here who want to talk tonight. We can bring that up at a different time if you wouldn't mind.
When would be the appropriate time?
Well, that might have been something to bring up at the beginning of the meeting, if you had a concern about that, so we could turn it over to staff. Could we just turn your request over to staff and let them answer you? Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay, is that possible? Thank you. It's not that I don't want to give you the answer, it's, this meeting could go on forever tonight. Not that there's anything wrong with it, don't, you know. Okay, Mr. Benson, did you have another question?
No, that's
Okay, Mr. McAdamy?
Thank you very much for coming tonight, and I apologize for standing up late and sitting down early, but I am a full supporter of recycling as an integrated component of our waste management program. I've spent some time with the pay-as-you-throw document that you provided me, and I think it's got some great insights, and I think it's got an exciting angle for us to investigate in earnest. I would like to ask staff, if possible, to see if we can have the expert behind this document present to council in a study session, if at all possible. The individual is with SCUMAT's Economic Research Associates right here in Superior, Colorado. And if you don't have this document, I believe this might be the same that Ms. Smith is passing out. Or there's a link to that document in an email or a letter that I believe was sent to council. I also have been made aware that some of our neighboring communities have instituted a pay-as-you-throw program, I believe one of which is Louisville. And I know, Councilman there, if we would like to have some additional perspective on the matter from a neighboring council. I think just to speak to Ms. Smith's comment about cost, I think one of the real concerns, and this was a comment made at our budget retreat just last year, is that we don't collect enough in property tax, technically, to fund the cost of our trash. So the comment that I raised was, how are the economics of this going to work? We have to get creative with how we fund and what we fund. And I think there's no question that recycling has to be an aspect of our waste management. It's our responsibility to do it. So I think the thing that excites me is that the pay-as-you-throw program may be that silver bullet, and if not a silver bullet, then it may be a key in helping make it work. We just have to find a way to curb that cost. If road picks up again in our community, we're going to get to a point where it gets real expensive if we continue on the current model. So we've got to look at how to retool that agreement and make sure that it's protected going forward. So thank you guys very, very much.